Yo, what up, guys? 5D here, and a 10x event is expected this weekend as part of the summon rush that will be launched for this Oella fusion that is currently going on. So if you are going for this fusion, this might be the reason why you're pulling your shards, because you want to obtain the 2 rares that are available in this 10x summon rush. So which champions could possibly be added to this 10x? Well, they've released the list of champions, and it's kind of a strange one. I'll tell you, this is the strangest 10x events I've ever seen so far in Great Shadow Legends. Of course, we're still in the Valentine spirits, so they had to align it with that type of activity. So the 10x, when it launches, will require you to summon ancient shards, void shards, or sacred shards to obtain any of the champion, depending on which type of shard they pop out of, right? So the first champion, I'll tell you, on Friday, it's gonna be a pair, Xavier and Bellanor. If you do not know these champions, let me quickly head over to the index and show you where they belong. Xavier is a Dark Elf faction champion who I already own, and it really helped me in early game clan boss when she can do a hit. A single A1 on the clan boss adds so many poisons right there. That's it. 3 times hit, chance to place poison. That's what she's known for in the early game. But in the late game, she becomes this champion that places poisons for this AoE and also goes in there and explodes the poison. So she's kind of good with Bellanor because they pair well together right here. Only available when Bellanor is on the same team. She attacks one enemy, applies a debuff spread effect, taking 4 random debuffs from the target and places them on all enemies. Now this might be awesome if you have poison right there. She just uses this. So this skill is not active so far. I have Xavier. I've never used this A4. Is it a passive? No, it's not a passive. It's A4, and you hardly see champions in racial alliance that have an A4 skill right there. So that's Xavier, and she pairs with Bellanor to activate this skill, which a lot of people do not use that for that purpose. She's best used for poison explosion teams, where somebody else places the poison and she goes in there and explodes them. So in terms of Bellanor, the champion who is paired with her, she is more famous than Bellanor. So Bellanor is from the High Elves faction. High Elves right here. Let me see. Is a champion I do not own. Right there. So if I do pull this champion, it can be obtained from Void Shard. This one you need to pull Void Shards to obtain this one. And let me see his activity that pairs with Xavier. Activates these champions over kills kill. Also activates Xavier's poison rain skill when Xavier is on the same team. So they pair well together. I do not know much of his skills, but I don't want to drag this video on by checking each and every one of their skill. I'll just hype the ones that are most popular. So that's the 2 champions that is going to be pulled on Friday. If you pull ancient shards or if you pull sacred shards, you might get Xavier. If you pull void shards, you have a 10 times chance that you might get Bellanor. Remember, your chances of pulling a legendary do not increase on 10x events. It's only when you do pull your champions, pull a legendary, you have a 10 times chance it might be one of these champions that is advertised right now. Alright, still on that same Friday, it's not only Xavier and Bellanor that you could pull. You can also pull one of the best pairs in Great Shadow Legends in terms of champions who pair well together. There are just a few of them, and one of the best ones that everybody is looking forward to, that is a menace in Doom Tower to me. Doom Tower hard, especially when you come across them, and also when you come across them in the arena, you're like, I don't want to fight that. It's a Siphi and Rotos combo. So Siphi is from a Void Shard. She's best known as a reviver champion. The Noob to Pro has this champion on our account, and she keeps our team alive with this revive that is coming up so often. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, but it feels like it's on a 2-turn cooldown. The way this revive is always available for her to use right there. It's only a single target revive, but she does a lot. Also, that A1 sleep is awesome for the this Necropolis boss right there. Right, Rotot is known for one of those nukers that cannot be killed in a single hit, right? You need to hit him twice to kill him. So you can just go in there and nuke him, and he does retaliate if you don't kill him in the first hit. He'll just go in there and begin to take numerous turns. I do not have him, so when I do have him, maybe I'll have more knowledge about him. I just know that when he hits extremely hard, and he's one of the best single target nukers you can have in the arena or other PvP content. Alright, that's the second pair you can get on Friday. Another reason why this 10x is strange is because it's only for 2 days. Normally 10x events like this run on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. This one only runs on Friday and Saturday. So take note of that. 36 hours according to what Raid said. So on Friday, these are the 4 champions that are available: Bellanor and Xavier, Rotos and Siphi. So what about Saturday? Which other 2 champions can you obtain depending on whether you have these champions already? You want to save your shards for the Saturday champion pool for 10x. You might want to obtain a Cisia. Cisia Flametongue is from the Demon Spawn faction, a champion who I own. Trying to get books on her so I can showcase her in some content soon, but I've not been able to fully book her and build her up. So she's still chilling in my account, but she's known as the best one of the best. In fact, I give her as the best HP burn champion in the Raid Shadow Legends. Why? Because while other champions can place poison, explode the poison, place bombs, explode the poison, she can place HP burn and explode the HP burn. That's something crazy that she does in the spider. Let me find out the skill that does it right here. Places HP burn for 3 turns. This is not even a 2-turn HP burn right there. So has a 75 chance of placing HP burn debuff for 3 turns, grant an extra turn. So she can even take an extra turn. I'm looking for the skill that explodes the threat. Attacks all enemies, 80% chance of placing weaken. Also 80% chance of placing decreased defense. Where is the explosion though? If there are at least 2 enemies under HP burn, then instantly activates the HP burn debuffs on each target. That's what I'm looking for. She instantly activates any HP burn debuffs on each target and decreases the duration of HP burn debuff by 1 turn. So she doesn't even just activate it and clears it off like poisons do, right? She activates it and it still remains. It just takes 1 turn out of it and it ticks on everybody, which does a lot of damage. So Cisia Flametongue, I currently have my spider on a 2 minutes, 3 minutes run. That's why I don't see a reason to build her right now. But I'm going to be using the champion for the high levels of the Doom Tower and trying to get to Brutal and Hydra with a very, very good team. And she'll be one of the champions I'll bring into that team. So that's Cisia Flametongue right there, best HP burn champion in Raid. She can be pulled from an Ancient Shard or from a Sacred Shard on Saturday. So who pairs well with her is a Cardiel. Cardiel is from the Sacred Order faction and it is a champion I do not own. Sacred Order, but I see Cardiel a lot in PvP content as a champion that just keeps healing. He makes other allies join attack with him, right? He removes debuffs, revive on death, places on them, decreases the cooldown. Yes, right, that's it. Teams up with all allies to attack a target enemy. So that's one of the things. He just doesn't team up with them. First of all, increases their crit rates and increases their crit damage, and then they're all going right there for you on a 4-turn cooldown, just like other ally attack champions that we know from the Barbarian faction does. So he does that too, and is the best at it. So this champion is also used a lot for some clan boss teams. Yeah, they're using for some clan boss team because of this ally attack, including the crit rate. This means your allies can be built with less crit rate and a lot of crit damage. So that's Cardiel, and what part of his skill that pairs well with Cisia Flametongue, that's it right there. So whenever an ally attacks, has a 15% chance to team up with them and join their attack. This champion will attack with his default skill. Always join Cisia Flametongue's attack if they are on the same team. So what is bad about that is because his A1 is crazy. So attacks one enemy, heals all allies by 7.5% of their max HP. So if he keeps using his A1, everybody in the team will be healed all the time. So that's why that all ally join attack, and him joining ally attacks when it's not even his turn is kind of crazy when Cisia is on the same team. Alright, that's how they pair together. So remember, Cisia Flametongue and Cardiel can be pulled on a Saturday. So which of our other 2 champions can be pulled on a Saturday? Remember, it's 4 on Friday, 4 champions on Saturday. The next champions that can be pulled on Saturday is Karato the Fox Hunter, and that champion can be found in the Shadowkin faction right here. Shadowkin, kind of a new faction to raid, but we are beginning to get them a little bit, starting with Ninja, and now I have other ones. So Karato the Fox Hunter is a champion I also own, but I don't yet know much about him because he's just chilling there without books. It's not about getting this champion, it's about getting the resources to build them and use them. So he's a champion that I do not yet use on my account. So I guess he's kind of a nuker who places block active skills right here. The debuff cannot be resisted if Yumeko is on the same team. So he doesn't need accuracy if she's on the same team. Awesome champion right there. It does do good nukes though, big nukes. So Also has another condition that whenever Yumeko dies, instantly grant an extra turn to this champion. And resets the cooldown of each of these champion skills. So if she goes down, he just goes on a rage, basically. Damn. Awesome pair right there to have together, Yumeko and Karato. So that's Yumeko. She is obtainable from a voice shard, also another champion I own. So I do have the pair, but it's not every time you want to run them together in battle. So although I appreciate Yumeko so much more than Karato the Fox Hunter, because alone on her own she does bad on her own. What do I mean? She's basically a warlord, but not just a champion that resets, decreases the cooldown of all allies. She also, increases the cooldown of your own skills by 3 turns. So no, she decreases the cooldown of your ally skills by increasing the cooldown of enemy skills. So she puts their skills on a 3-turn cooldown, while Warlord kind of put their skills on a total cooldown maximum, right? She does this puts it on a 3-turn cooldown. So that's the difference, I guess. But Warlord does not, decrease the cooldown of your ally skills. We'll leave that to Kaima to do that, right? So that's Yumeko right there. That's what I use her for the most, but you also kind of appreciate this A2 skill, which places a hex on one enemy, and whenever they try to put debuffs on any of your team, that enemy who has the hex will get that debuff or those debuffs that are placed. So what is special about her when Karato is on the team is whenever someone feels the turn meter of an enemy under X and debuff placed by this champion's turn meter will be filled instead. So if you try to fill somebody's turn meter who has X on the enemy team, she will get that turn meter fill, which makes her take a lot of turns which you want to happen. So this is only available when Karato is on the team. They pair well together, and she will even go crazier. Basically, the enemy, if they have a lot of turn meter filling, put Hex on them and then let her create all that turn meter when Karato is on the team. So that's a good pair that I hope to put together one day and test in Raid Shadow Legends content. Alright, that's what is coming up on Friday and Saturday. Now I have to warn you, 10x events is not the best time to pull all your shards. You basically want to get enough points to obtain the first rare or even the second rare if you're going for both, right? And that's where you should stop. You shouldn't just go crazy and pull all your shards trying to get these champions that are advertised, because I'll tell you what, you might pull 1 legendary, 2 legendary, or even 3 legendaries, and guess what, none of them will be part of this 10x event that is advertised. I have to always put this disclaimer out there that the number of champions have increased a lot in Raid, and the 10x are still not being increased. We need a 20x, we need a 30x before we'll begin to be able to get these champions. Now, if somebody pulls a lot of shards and get 4 legendary champions, you expect at least 1 or 2 of them to be part of this 10x. That's a fair way of playing the game. Until that is done, I don't think I'll be encouraging you guys to pull shards on a 10x. But hey, it's for a fusion, so I guess we'll be pulling anyways. So I'll be pulling my sacred shards only. Sacred shard is the best way to complete summon rush events because it gives you 500 points per sacred shard, right? But if you don't have enough, you might want to pull your other shard. But start with sacred shards. I'll be pulling sacred and using mystery shards to complete this summon rush on Friday. So watch out for that shard pull video. The noob to pro, since it's not going for this fusion, will not be touching our shards. We'll be saving our shards for a 2x event. That's the best time to pull your shards, not a 10x. So if you're not going for this fusion, skip this 10x. That's what I'm trying to say. Wales and a lot of players in Raid Shadow Legends who have been playing for a long time, who only pull for 10x events or guaranteed champion events like these ones, who desperately need these champions, would also want to be encouraged to pull, because this is something special that Raid has never done before. They say if you pull 2 of these champions, I'm talking about Xavier and Bellanor, or Rotos and Sifi, or Cisia and Cadiel, or Karato and Yumeko. If you pull any of the pair during this weekend, Friday on Saturday, you pull 2 of them, they say something special awaits you. What is that something special? This is not something we've ever seen in a 10x where they are saying if you pull a pair, something else will add. Is it that there's a extra legendary champion that will be just popping out from nowhere? I don't know what this means. Are they gonna give you like 1,000 gems or energy? They did not even give a hint of what the reward will be for those who pull the pair together. So I guess we'll find out on Friday or Saturday, but I doubt anybody will be able to pull these 2 pairs, except you pull what, 1000 ancient shards or 500 voids or something crazy like that. That's what you need to pull a pair. If you pull 100 void shards, if you pull 200 void shards, or even pull 50 sacred shards, I assure you will not pull 2 of them together. So what about those players in Ritual Legends who already have the pair, like I have Karato and I already have Yumeko? Don't we get something for having the pair already? I don't know what this something special means, but I guess we're going to have to find out on Friday and Saturday. So that's the news I just wanted to share with you of what is coming up as part of this summon rush. I usually don't encourage you to pull for 10x events, but I have to let you know what's coming because we have a summon rush for a fusion that we must make us pull our shards. All right, guys, hit the like in this video for me, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel for more daily Ritual Legends content. Remember, we are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers maybe by the middle of this year. All right, I'll see you maybe later in the evening for another not noob to pro update. That's not it. Maybe a champion guide later, guys.